Friday, week 7. I mentioned if those who want to be involved in cyber defense, let me know. We're going to try to meet maybe next week, but probably the week after. Special topics, network admin. Talk a little bit about wireless connection, a little bit about network addressing. We really didn't talk too much here. Talked a little bit about this. We talked about communications flow. We started some lab work, finish it next week, and then next week we have an exam on chapters 1 through 4. Talked about grit, and I showed the video on Drive. Well, but they talked about grit, long-term, being able to accept failures, not placing blame. We talked a little bit about people being smart, not born smart, born with grit, not born with grit, and developing it. I mentioned a little bit of growth mindset rather than a set mindset. Instead of just thinking you're, so smart or so smart or whatever. And growth mindset. No matter where you're at, people have the ability to grow. You can always learn. You always learn new things. It isn't that you only have a certain level that you can obtain. And we also talked about when people compare, some people, they think this is where they're at, then they push everybody else down, kind of like bullying. We watched the video on Drive from Dan Pink, and the students then respond to that. Okay, so I just have we talked about MAC address, identifying individual machines on a LAN, on the phone, and we talked a little bit about IP addresses. We get that from DHCP, gives an IP, a mask, the subnet to tell what part of the network is a subnet, and it gives us the DNS and a default gateway. Default gateway. Alright. Communicate out to a multi-layered switch. Then we have a firewall, network address translation. It takes our internal private address and convert it to a public address. Allows us to go out on the internet. And we also showed Fing, some open source software you can download on a mobile device. Students asked about, isn't that invasion of privacy, security, the difference between observing or what they'll call scanning for information compared to being more intrusive, or what becomes illegal, and so forth. Alright, that's it.